This is That Twin Mama podcast. But hey, you don't have to be a twin mom to be here. I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. So whether you are new, soon to be, or seasoned parent, or maybe you just hope to have kids someday, I promise you'll find something to love, learn from, or laugh at in each episode. I'm your host, Berty. Let's do it.
Okay, so we are back. We're finishing out the week with Lauren from That Twin Mama podcast. And now we're just going to have fun. Like, this is very unstructured.
Yes.
We were like in between offline, like, what do you want to ask each other? So it's just going to be fun pop culture questions.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Go ahead. You want me to start?
Well, no, I was just going to say something that I loved about you when I first met is that, because we had like a very serious conversation, like the first time we did our podcast together. And then after it was just like, you just had a plethora of like, just celebrity tea, just like fun stuff. I was like, wait, hold on, let me get this Kelley out to dinner. And it
Who's
was
Dumois?
Yeah.
It's Kelley. Like, I am the Black Dumois. I do.
Yes.
That is like a fun thing that people don't know about me, is I love celebrity gossip.
Is there anything else that people know about you that you wish, that you wish they did, or don't wish they did, or just they don't know?
There's a lot of things I don't wish you all know, and you won't be knowing.
You will never know.
But things that I actually, two things. Like, I'm funny.
Yeah, you are. You actually low-key are. Because I can't really vibe with people unless, like, we gonna laugh. Like, literally, I have to laugh. It's, like, my joy. So we were laughing, like, girl, I was like, look at this. Okay. Okay, little shade. Okay. And it's, like, funny tea. It's just like, okay. About, like, just nothing. I loved it.
Yeah, I think people, like, because of the nature of the podcast, which I think more and more, the people who've been, like, ride or die for Black Girl Burnout. And I think the one thing you said is true. Like, the community is so incredible in this podcast. Like, so I love you all. Like, it's so incredible. But I feel like because I'm in a more, I want us to opt into expansion and growth. And that is a full side of myself and authentically me. But I think I'm far less, more 9 out of 10 times when people see me in just the real world, I am a very unserious chick.
Yes.
Like, I really like to laugh.
Yes.
I'm very, like, bubbly and weird and quirky. I think the podcast folks may know that. Yeah. But I'm just, like, a weird, quirky person.
I love that.
In a good way. I mean, I'm proud of it.
In
but
a
it's
great
just,
way.
like, I have friends that call me. They listen to Black Girl Burnout. They're like,
who is this?
Kelley. Really? And I'm thinking to myself, should I reevaluate my life? Like, why are you surprised that I talk like this? I told you I'm a therapist. I tell you what I do. Right. And they're like, Kelley, who this? Who is this person? Right. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. And it's like kind of a yin to my yang, because you were just saying previously, like, in my previous job, I had like this very serious side, and people only knew that. They were surprised when I started doing content creation, like, girl, you're this funny. And then now people that have known me in this space, and they're like, they'll listen to the podcast or they'll get to know me on a different level, and they're like, wait, what did you do before, like, your funny videos? So it is something that I kind of wish that because you never want to forget, like, who you be. Like, I think, like, being a whole entire entity is great. Like, I love your quirky side. I love the hilarious side. And I love the serious. And it's all Kelley.
Yes.
And same here. So it's just, like, how do we show up in those spaces that people see both, like, more often?
Thank you. That should be a whole thing. Why can't we just be a whole person?
Why can't we just be a whole person?
Can I be weird, funny, and smart, and, like, about Black women growing as a community? Can I be all those things?
Yes.
And I find, like, I really... I am very much, like, outside of this, it's a very different vibe, and I want to bring more of that. Like, that's part of why I want to do this episode too, is like, I really want to show off more in that. And if I so along the lines, we'll stay in this spot. Question for you. Dream podcast guest or dream kind of podcast?
Ooh.
And it's okay. You can say Kelley.
I've already achieved it.
Exactly.
It is happening
That's
right
why
now.
it's struggling. That's why you're struggling right now. You're like, well, I've already hit the pinnacle. Can it go any further up?
So probably, and this was someone that I actually put on my vision board like years ago. Just it's someone
Don't steal mine. What are you gonna say?
Mine's Riri. Mine's Brianna. Just, I think, like, I just always loved her as an artist, but her as a mother now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just someone that and I think she stayed authentically herself. Being a mom, like, that's a really hard thing. And she's like a billionaire. She's just the mogul that I'm like, how do you do it, sis? And just like knowing that softer side of motherhood too. I would just love to pick her brain and just kiki and vibe. Fun fact, she came to one of my husband's shows back in the day. She wasn't as big. It was in Hawaii, because they're huge in Hawaii. And she was in the audience. briefly. I'm not going to say all the things that happened, but
so was she almost instead of you? Were you still married at this time?
Oh yeah, we were married, girl.
Okay,
I mean, she could take
hall pass.
Yeah,
Hall pass.
It's like, okay,
we're coming to that later.
Okay, I get it.
You're
That's
like,
fine.
You did good. I
did
understand.
good. All right, cool. No, but
pay child support. Yeah. We're good. It's fine. It's
but
fair.
She was like vibing along. It was like young days, but yeah. So I'm like, okay, we've been in the same vicinity at some point. This is going to happen at some point. I'm claiming it now. That would be my dream.
It's meant to be.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be just on mom stuff. So I think like a lot of my brand is like very much motherhood. And that's just like such a big portion of my life, but not all of me, like I said. So the podcast would be a little bit more fun, less like serious, like tell me about like your postpartum. No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more all encompassing of who we be, right?
Yes.
So.
No, I like that.
What about you?
And one, I think you're going to get, it's manifested, you're going to get Rihanna. My dream guest, I think, like off the top of my head, I have several, but off the top of my head, I would say Viola Davis.
Ooh. No, that's a good one.
Just for like, particularly for Black Girl Burnout,
Yes.
Her journey is so inspiring.
Yes.
And now she's doing production company and she's doing publishing, and it's just like to see her as an artist. She's funny.
Yes.
Like she's
hilarious.
she's very hilarious and also very grounded and just like a beautiful person inside and out. And so I think she would be great. I would think the second runner up to that would be like Michelle Obama, who's very same vein, right?
Exactly. Michelle Obama would definitely be my
Yes.
equal.
Let's call it.
Like,
Can we get Michelle?
Let's get Michelle.
Both of us.
Michelle, Viola, and Rihanna.
Yes.
Whenever you're ready.
Whenever.
We're here. I mean, Viola Davis did share one of my videos.
She did. You guys are already friends. You all are friends.
In my mind, we are best friends. Like that was the
Viola
sign.
return our calls. Like that's pretty
Why
much
have
it.
you not hit me back? Like, what is happening?
I think we could get her. I think we're going there.
Good.
And I feel like my dream podcast would be, I really want to do celebrity interviews. I think I would be a good time.
You would.
I have a list of people, and I would ask. I mean, I see people doing this really well and are great journalists and asking all the great questions. But I would love. I think I have an ability to make people feel comfortable.
Would you be messy? It depends.
Yeah. Like not
Who are we
really.
talking to? Right. Yeah.
Because I want them to come on the show.
Right.
But there might be some people where it'd be an opportunity to be a little messy and be like, can we be a little messy? But I would love to do like celebrity interview
really
podcast. I would have a great time.
Yeah.
And I'm really into pop culture, and I consume a lot of like TV and movies and music and books, and I would love to and I also want to know people and ask like the questions. I feel like we ask the same questions of celebrities all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know you're bored of hearing this question. Can I ask you something different?
Yeah.
And then do that.
I love that. I love the specificity. I can never say this word, specific. Anyways, I love that you were specific with that. That makes me think like, if I could have some sort of podcast where we just talk about our favorite music from 90s and 2000s, that would be it.
The 99. 2000.
But like, if we could just do that, or have people of my favorite eras that are still living, I don't know, but that just feeds my soul. I mean, look at my denim.
I know denim. I said that today. I'm like, you're doing denim on denim, and you're like, 90s is me.
I've been doing this since I was 18, and I just never stop. It just happens to be back in style.
Don't ever stop. Who's your favorite artist from the 90s and 2000s?
Probably Aaliyah.
Oh, me too.
Really? I'm excited. Really? We did talk about our answers before.
We did. Oh,
yes.
Aaliyah. 100%.
100%. I feel like the whole game would be different if she was still
living.
living.
Oh, yes. That last
100%.
album was revolutionary.
And she was just like, all the interviews I hear from her, she was just like a kind, dope soul.
Yes.
Taken away too soon. But yes, Aaliyah, I will always jam out to Aaliyah. If I'm feeling sad, that's a dopamine hit.
Yes.
Blast some Aaliyah.
Yes. That's too funny.
That
is literally who I was going to say.
It's hilarious.
Aaliyah. 100% Aaliyah.
Oh, I love that. See, look, we're
friendship. We're vibing.
Yeah.
Now you've taken. I didn't come back and ask this of you before. You asked this of me, but I didn't ask it of you.
Yeah.
What's one thing you wish people knew more about you?
I think like, I think I'm very multifaceted, but I think like, I come up, like my brand is more motherhood, right? Yeah. But I mean, I love music. I think people understand that. But I also have like a very spiritual side that I don't always like.
Yes, you are woo-woo.
I'm very woo-woo. I love my crystals. I'm not wearing them right now, but like I'm very into like meditation and like the earth and like just spirituality and like my soul.
Yeah.
And I don't think I don't communicate that enough because it's so sacred to me. But I do think that it could be helpful if I start maybe sharing that more because it could help someone. You know, and
Yes.
that's always like what my mission is. So yeah, I think like I wish I would just explore my spiritual side, and maybe I will. I think on that time on my podcast, y'all are gonna get more episodes with me bringing on spiritual healers and talking about that because I just think it was transformative for me and like healing my inner childhood trauma, like all the things. It's been very, very instrumental in that. So I'm like, okay, it's time for the masses to get it. Like I'm in a place where I can speak about it more. You know?
No, I love that, and I think you should. Like, that is something that people don't know. I don't think people know about you, even though you've expanded you've gotten who you are, and the podcast really helps show a different side of you than your like social media presence. But yeah, I don't think people do know that you crystalline it out, girl.
I'm crystal girl. I got my crystals. They're charging in the sun. Like I'm very into that. Okay. Okay.
No. Serious follow up.
What?
Unrelated. Celebrity crush.
I was gonna ask you that. Probably. So, two people. I don't know if he's my celebrity crush anymore, but he was for a very long time.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
He just was.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know if we would vibe intellectually as much. Like I don't know if we have that much to talk about, but he's beautiful. And I don't know if I like what happened with him and Lisa Bonet necessarily. So that kind of made me a little bit sad.
But I feel like they broke up in love.
I think they probably did amicably. Like I just feel like he got big and now they're not together. So I was just like, I wonder what happened there. But Jason Momoa and then Idris Elba because he's the Black James Bond, which is who I thought he was.
Yes, literally. You're like, who's that?
Described like
Black James Bond.
And you knew who I was talking about.
I was like, Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't love a man with an accent?
I mean, boom, bam.
Both of mine have accents.
Okay, who's yours?
So, the guy who plays Bob Marley, Kingsley Adir.
Yes, I just saw that on the
Kingsley
plane.
Benadir. How could I get his name wrong? Shame on me. Kingsley Benadir. He is lovely.
Did you ever see One Love? We were supposed to go see it, but it couldn't happen. I saw it on the plane, girl. I'm sorry. I can see it again. I fell asleep at the end just because I was tired, but I wasn't because it was boring.
We'll have to rent it and come see it.
Yeah.
But I liked him from a show called High Fidelity where he played a guy named
so you knew
Mac.
about him before. Okay.
I love him, and he has a British accent. And then I tend to really love this is not a good setup, but I have really eclectic tastes in men.
Same.
And so I tend to have crushes on people either never have heard of or they're like, okay.
Yeah.
So like random ones that I like. I have a big crush on Stephen Colbert. I love
The
him.
smartness.
It's
smart.
the
Yeah,
I love an intellectual.
Yeah,
it's not like I don't think it's a physical like.
No, I can see.
I need you in my life.
See that for
but
you.
I want to
knowing
cuddle
you.
him, and I also want to quiz him on Lord of the Rings randomly. Like I don't really care about Lord of the Rings, but like apparently he's memorized every page, and I kind of want to be. No, seriously, if you say like what happened on page 236. He knows. It's very special.
Yeah.
And I love that for him.
That is
and I think that's
interesting.
funny. I do.
That's hilarious. Now that makes me want to know who was your first crush ever that you remember, and what did he look like?
Oh my
What was he
gosh,
like?
this is very telling, and I think this, like I tell people all the time, like these are my first crushes, and also probably why I'm single. Okay, so first crushes, it's two at the same time. It was brace yourself.
I think. Okay, go.
It was Michael Jackson.
Girl, that is mine.
But
Prince?
number two was not Prince because I'm a heightist, though I'm 5'1". I really like tall men. George Michael.
Wow. Yeah, that might explain.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not good. So I really love Michael Jackson. He was my first, and George Michael. I'm very musical.
Mine
kid,
were
so.
similar. I mean, mine was Michael Jackson as well, and Prince, which I'm
Pocket
not
sized
single.
Prince, we love that.
I mean, and I don't know if I think
He's
it's
got
like
such an energy
just
about
an energy.
him.
I think he's like just. I think that it was just like a fabulousness of presence with them, where it's just like, how could you not? I didn't know what my feelings were. I don't know if they were crushed, but I was enamored by like these men on stage.
I was like 4.
Yeah, I was like literally like I wasn't like, oh my god. I was
isn't
like,
a word,
this is
but
great.
like they're bigger than life. Like Michael Jackson is bigger than life.
Yeah,
and George Michael back in the day in like the 80s and 90s with like the supermodels and all of that was just like. Oh, like I really thought he was.
That's
doing
a lot.
something.
I can vibe with you on Michael Jackson. Maybe it's just like, not the George Michael.
George Michael was a vibe.
Michaels.
Me and the Michaels. It was a vibe. I really just felt like Careless Whisper was meant for my little baby soul. To like, I don't know why I liked him. I just remember what I remember is the memory of seeing like a music video with him and just being so like. Wow.
Right.
That's what it really was.
It was like the present.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a wow factor.
Yes. And Michael was like pure, like just.
I mean,
I love him.
I love him.
Yeah.
It's funny. I don't know what year it was. The first year my husband and I went to the Grammys, it was before Prince had died. He celebrities come out and like present an award. Prince walks out, the entire stadium, everyone's just cheering, clapping, applauding. He don't even say nothing.
And he knows.
Step out, and he knows. And they had to shut us up. Like, the music started to, like, play, like, y'all need to stop applauding. This man has to say some words.
Time.
I don't even remember what he said, but, like, it's just that is, like, when you command that greatness of presence, it's like, geez, we've lost
I want to be ones. Prince. Like, I want to be miniature and get out in the stage. Like, I really respect it. He's very pretty.
He was very pretty.
It was very pretty. Like, I'm not secure enough to be with Prince, because it'd be like, what are you bringing?
Right.
Like, he's here.
You're the pretty
and
one.
Kelley.
And then there's me.
You're both pocket size. He's pretty. Kelley. I'm funny. Oh, he is too. So I feel like Prince is too much. Like, I'm too intimidated.
He's a lot.
By him to go there, but he is like a force for it. And I feel like everybody loved. I feel like if you were born in the 80s and 90s, in the early 90s, Michael Jackson was every black girl's first crush. Like, I just feel like it was.
So.
Regardless of like the latter years, like Michael Jackson was every girl's first crush.
This is not like, I feel like this is not breaking news. I feel like there's a theme. And people will agree. People will hear
I agree.
This and be like,
we should poll this. This should be like a poll question. Like, was Michael, if you were born in the 80s and 90s, was Michael Jackson your first crush?
Yeah.
I feel like he was.
Yeah, I do too. I love it.
He was so handsome.
I know. Okay, so I need to get a good book because, girl, I don't be reading Mom Life. I sometimes can listen to audiobook, but I want to get into something good. Do you have, I know you are an avid reader. Do you have anything that you would recommend?
What's the genre?
Well, so two things. I love like a nice healing, great book, but I like a psychological thriller. Girl, give me a psychological thriller, and I love that kind of stuff. You might not like. You might not have any. Oh, you do?
No,
okay.
I do. I'm just like, I'm Rolodexing. Yeah. Like, I'm going through my brain of being like, I would say The First Lie Wins is what I'm currently reading by Ashley Elston, I think is the name. And it's a thriller. Like, it is very much like it starts in, you don't know who this person is, what's going on. They might be conning a man into marrying, and then it just takes off from there. So that would be a good thriller. Another good thriller. Do you like sci-fi? No sci-fi?
I do.
I like Dark Matter.
So I just watched
the
that.
show. Yeah. And the author developed the show. So there's differences, but the heart of the book is, like, you could do both, is what I'm saying.
Right. I watched it and I was like, I'm sure the book is better.
Yeah.
Just because there's like limitations, I feel like, with this. But I liked the movie. I liked the series. It was good.
And then healing books, because you like healing books. I tell everyone to read, like, I did this if you're creative. I think, aside from the person, because I think the person's a little controversial, Elizabeth Gilbert's Big Magic.
Okay, I've heard this, It's
cheap. If you ever want to see yourself reflected back in creativity, and if it's ever like a call to like be a creative, that is the book.
Okay.
And
I feel like I'm...
Questlove did a book similar about creativity and like getting into like expressing your creativity. I cannot remember the name of the title, but that will be enough for you to be able to find it. Also a good book. And it's also healing. Like, I think there's something healing about Big Magic.
Heck
like, it's healing.
I think that you go through ebbs and flow in creativity a lot too. Like, I'll sometimes have just this bubble and all these things are flowing out of me, and then it kind of hits a lull.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? And I need just like a little something. And
she explains that. Like, she talks about how she examines like how different people create. And like, I had never, one person explained their creative process, and I felt like I've never felt more seen. She explained, a woman said that it was just like wrestling her creativity, that she was constantly trying to like fight it and then hold it and keep it long enough to translate into like her art. And I felt like that's how I feel when I create. Like, if I don't immediately wrestle it, it goes away. And she talks about the phenomenon of like, if you don't harness your creativity, she believes it goes and like finds another person or it waits and comes back around. It's really
that is powerful. Okay.
Really powerful. And it felt like, I feel like everyone needs to read that book outside of, all other thoughts about Elizabeth Gilbert. Everyone needs to read that book because it just made me feel like, it made me own my creativeness more, and that, I feel like myself seen in this, which is rare. And Questlove's book's amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get that. Song of the summer.
It's fine. What's my song of the summer?
I know mine. I feel like this is undisputable.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We're gonna dispute. What is it?
Not Like Us.
Oh, that's
Kendrick
true.
Lamar. Okay,
that's
come
true.
on.
I mean, it's not my song of the summer, but I do.
It's like the song of the year.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it. Like,
I don't know why Drake got into that. I don't know why.
We could talk about this for a minute. I mean, I'm not a big... I like Drake. I like going to the club with him.
He's like ice cream. Who doesn't like a scoop of vanilla? Like, it's really good. Like, I have a lot of his older stuff. Like, when he was like singing.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
you
very
enjoyed
enjoyable.
it. Yeah, I just never was a huge like Drake. Like I'm not gonna. I never was that. Kendrick, I've always been like, I need to like listen to. I just knew that was an intellectual. Like, you might not like listen to Kendrick because you want to go to the club, but you listen to Kendrick because of like what hip hop is. So when he came out with that, I was like, yo, all right, just.
That was rough.
Do you think he can come back from that? Do you think Drake can come back? I heard that like the Raptors played somebody. Like Toronto Raptors, and they lost, and they just started playing. They not like us. They had like some football game, like soccer game in Canada, and they just the crowd yelled, "They not like that."
Oh,
like he just ruined the whole. I don't know if he ruined the whole. I mean, not ruined, but that is now an anthem for anything Canadian. Apparently, like if
poor Canadians,
I know. They didn't ask for that.
Can Drake come back?
Yeah,
I mean, sure, he's rich.
Of course, I mean,
but I mean. As an artist in the rap genre, there has been some like major mortal wounds I think he's taken.
He won't be in another battle. He's definitely not going to say nothing else to Kendrick, but he could probably make another banger and we'll all like enjoy it.
Yes, because I feel like he's like pop music, which I am like a big pop person, which is I think another. I'm very unserious with my music, so I would say, I mean, I like us, the intellectual of Kendrick Lamar, and I was like, deep. I feel like Charlie XCX is really owning the summer, and I really like Apple. I don't even know. She's a British. There's two artists.
Okay, see, I don't be doing
my song of the summer. No, but I is a smaller artist. Okay. But if I was just gonna go straight pop culture, what people will know, like song of the summer is like what everyone's playing. You know, everyone's talking about Brat Summer. It's Charlie XCX. Who is doing that, and she's like this Indian white British artist.
Okay, cool.
I enjoy her. She has a song called Apple, and I like her.
Can you sing it?
360.
Because I really don't know what it is.
It's a whole TikTok dance.
Okay, well,
like I'll play it for you later.
Okay, because if it doesn't come out in the 2000s and the 90s, I probably don't know what it is.
And then I'm really invested, like who my like the album I'm listening to on repeat over and over again. There's two artists. One's called Remy Wolf. Also, like a multiracial woman. She has a song called Soup that I really like. And then my person of the summer is a person named Griff. She's like a Chinese, Jamaican, British woman. Incredible. She has her album just came out, her debut album called Vertigo.
Okay.
There's no skips on the album, but I'm listening to anything. It's like it's very like pop stadium Anthony makes you want to like scream, and she's extremely talented.
Okay, that's all you need to tell me, because like I feel like there's so much noise, especially with like TikTok, and I literally hear a TikTok thing and I'll hear it on the radio. I'm like, oh, that's who's saying that. Like, it's just I don't even know what's going on anymore, and most of the stuff I don't like. So if you say some of this stuff is good, then I'll check it out, because I'm looking for new artists. It's just
she is great.
There's just
I think you'll like
Griff.
Good. Okay. Griff is great. I'm gonna go see her in September.
Oh, here?
Yeah, I have an extra ticket. I'm gonna go see Griff.
Let's do it. And I'm going to see Missy and Usher.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I have to go.
99, 2000. Back then. What else? What side of social media, I think, have you found yourself on that you're like, I can't believe I'm on this side of social media? Like, I accidentally found here. The algorithm sent me here accidentally, and now I'm stuck. Now I'm hanging out.
Honestly, so it's funny because social media for me is such a job that I get on, I do my thing, I engage for a second, I'm out. So the algorithm normally just knows me as, it's very like rare that I'm like, funneling, because it's like work to me. So if I see something, I'm like, okay, now I have to create this. It's just not good for my brain. But so it's always mom stuff or baby stuff. But there's been a couple like of these just really cute cat videos, and I don't like cats. I'm like allergic to them.
Me too.
And I didn't think I would be there for long. But when it comes up, I'm like, oh, that cat's kind of cute from the screen. They can't make me sneeze. So, I'm okay with it. So it's, cat talk. I guess it's a whole thing, but I'm into it.
Okay, cat talk. I love I'm all about animal videos. Yeah. And I'm like the opposite for you, since I don't try to do much on social media at all, much to the detriment of my own growth in the podcast space and my life. Yeah. But I love like anything social media outside of it. Like I'm a consumer. Yeah. I like keep up with all the things. So for me, I think the side of TikTok I found myself on that I was surprised about is like a couple. Like I love people who do like recreations of things. So they'll do like, what if TikTok was in like the 1500s or like what would that look like and it's very entertaining. Like they do like a live, like they pretend to do a live. It's extremely entertaining. I love that.
So they have like in costume and they act like they're in the 1500s.
It's very funny. They're like, we're storming a castle.
With me or whatever.
Yes.
Like,
get ready
to storm the castle.
Yes, literally. Get ready with me. Like there's like a multi-level media. Like somebody's wearing a gold chain and trying to get them to join the Crusades. Like it's very very funny.
Okay, I like that.
And irreverent.
Okay.
That side of TikTok brings me a ton of joy. Like, I cannot.
I think I want to be on that side of TikTok. That sounds creative.
It's very good.
Funny.
And then there's a Indian British creator. There's a theme here. I love. I'm Anglophile. I love British things. He does like he's called your Pavo videos, where he watches rich people do really like ridiculous stuff, like special ice trays, and he's like, you wouldn't have this because you're poor. You wouldn't understand this lifestyle. Oh, look, I have an ice for my ice. Oh, look, I have a special thing, like tool to open. I could just crack open the ice tray and take it out. But no, I have a special gold-plated like ice picker that I put in my jar. But you wouldn't know because you're poor. And it's very funny.
Okay, so you like funny. That's
anything that makes me giggle and laugh. Yeah. I spend a lot of time laughing on TikTok.
And TikTok is like
crack. I'm a crack.
The
I'm
algorithm,
like
they know what they're doing. Like it will get you cracked out.
It will.
For sure. So hopefully we have it in a year. I don't know.
I know.
Luckily I have other followers on different platforms, but we'll see.
I have 4. So when TikTok goes, it'll be like, join us on
Kelley's
Instagram.
4 followers if y'all are listening. Just keep it strong.
Stay strong.
Stay strong.
We'll find a new place for us all to meet. Because at TikTok, I have like 4 out. And I have 4 followers, and my mom is one of them. Let me think. What's last round
of little fun stuff? I mean, I have to keep myself distracted right now with like everything going on.
Yes.
I love just having like these chill kind of things. There's just too much seriousness. This is not maybe anything to do with that, but like I do think as like a culture, like we are not meant to consume all the travesties of the world.
No, we can't handle it.
And we do it like with our pocket things or whatever. So I choose to, I don't know if I'm willfully ignorant. I'm not ignorant. Like I stay attuned to what's happening, but I'm never going to deep dive on some real stuff. So like not real stuff, but stuff that is
no, I know what you mean.
Hurting my heart.
You have to, you can't.
Yeah, I have to find the laughter. I have to find the funny. I have to find, honestly, a good series or something to watch on Netflix.
Ooh, that's what we should close with.
Let's close with that.
Okay, good series.
Or like a good...
there's several here. Let me think.
I would suggest, I have one, Survival of the Fittest. It's with
fellow
twin mama, comedian, my girl, Michelle Buteau.
Yes.
It's super
I've
dope.
seen it.
You've seen it. It's coming out with the season 2, so if you haven't seen season 1, see season 1. It's just an easy, it's such an easy consumption. It's light, it's funny. Like the episodes are like 20 or 30 minutes. It's just like boom, bam. You could do it in a weekend. So
I agree.
I love that.
I just finished Presumed Innocent.
I did too.
And it was good.
I thought it was good too.
It was like every week I was like, I'll edge in my seat.
I love stuff like that. So you like the same genres?
Yes, I consume a lot of that kind of content. So I would say that.
That was a good one.
I think for now, because that's the one I just finished.
Yeah, that's a good one, you guys. And it's fully done. And it has like a surprise ending.
You can go binge.
Yeah, go binge it.
It's really good. All right, this was so fun.
I know, girl. We got to do this more often. We'll have like topics of like, because Kelley really be having like the pop culture tea. I do. And you have a good commentary with it. Yes. And at some point, I want to see that more of you.
I know, it's true. Like, what's the celeb? That's what we should have ended with. Too late. Tune in next time.
Next time.
As I tell you what my favorite celebrity gossip going around is. Because you're not going to get it today.
Not today.
I'm not getting canceled yet.
Right, and you might want to have them as a guest, so you don't want to put anybody on the bus.
Yeah. Anyone I would talk about, they wouldn't be a fit for the podcast, so that works. Thank you for coming on.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I love this like crossover.
Yes.
Yes. Everyone listening to That Women podcast, please go listen to Black Girl Burnout. It is amazing.
Likewise. Please do the same.
And we will be doing more.
Yes. You're going to get prepared to get sick of us.
Sick of us. You're going to be sick of us. All right, y'all. Peace.